remember, you still have your headlight and rear lamp wires connected to the light board. Alright, once your shell is off, just go ahead and remove these clips that hold the light wires. Pop the clip off and remove the wire. Just remember that the rear tail lamp wires are in the center two positions in the back, and the same goes for the headlight. The headlight is connected to the center two positions. You have your right rail coming from your trucks connected on the right side, one in the front, one in the back, and then your left rail is being picked up by the chassis, the connection that the chassis makes with the metal part of the truck that is isolated from the part of the truck that's getting the pickup from the right rail. That goes to the chassis, and then from the chassis it's coming into this position here. So for right now, go ahead and remove your lamps so that you can work with the shell by itself. These simply just pop off, like so, and just pull the wire out. Make sure you save the clip. Okay, the shell is off, and I go a little step further. I will remove the light board and pull out the motor. The reason I do that is this wire here that is connected to the motor in the bottom sometimes is not soldered onto the tab. They have it held in place by one of these clips, and that could be a source of problems. These clips, even though they're nice for removal and for the novice or someone that does not have a soldering iron, I like to hardwire or solder everything onto this light board. I'll be using the light board because it does have resistors for the lights, so I don't have to mess around with resistors. And the DCC plug that is equipped on the light board will just plug right into the my QSI DCC chip. To remove the motor, just start by removing all three of these electrical pickups, the same as you do with the lights. Alright, all three are removed. The last one you have left is the one that comes from the motor. Pop that one out. Okay, the light board is held in place by a clip that goes over the motor assembly. You can see it here. Just pop that clip off. There are two clips, one that holds the light assembly, and then there's another one below it that is the contact as well as holding the spring in here and the carbon right here. Make sure that that clip does not open, or else you'll lose your spring. And once the light board is off of the locomotive, the next thing to do is just unscrew these four bottom screws. Okay, all four screws are out. Alright, you're going to have to remove one of the trucks to be able to slide the drive shaft forward out of the flywheel. And that's just a matter of removing this clip, and once you do that, your truck will drop down. Okay, I've unsnapped the clip. Okay. In this case, as you can see, the bottom is soldered on to the bottom clip with another clip on it. You can leave it that way. I like to go ahead and remove this clip, unsolder the wire from the clip, and solder it back onto the clip holding the carbon and the spring. You know, once you're at this stage, you may just want to double check, make sure everything is the way it should be. Everything is nice and loose. The motor is spinning freely. You may want to take your trucks, roll them down the track, make sure there's not a lot of grease or anything that could slow it down. I'll test these out like I did in my other video. And if I see they're not free rolling like I would like them to be, I'll take them apart and go from there. The contact on the left rail, as you can see, is basically this tab that is connected to the left side of the truck, which is isolated from the right metal portion. You see it there. The right metal portion of the truck is connected to this tower, and that's where the right feed is coming into the motor. The left feed is basically this flat tab resting on that part of the chassis. That's where the electrical pickup is coming from, the chassis to the motor on the left side. Okay, so the motor connector is just this tab that slides over the brass clip of the motor. I'll desolder it from the tab and solder it directly onto the clip itself. Just one less thing to worry about. Okay, there you go. The wire is soldered directly onto the clip, and you can disregard this other clip. This should be more reliable. If you ever get any rust or any debris, or the connection goes bad between this clip and this clip, you'll be scratching your head wondering where the problem is. Just go ahead and snap this back onto the motor. Remember the spring and the carbon. Okay, I free rolled the trucks down the track, and they seem pretty loose, so I'm not going to mess with them. I also took a wheel gauge and checked the wheels. Everything seemed fine. So let's move on with the installation. Go ahead and put your motor back. Once your clip is back in place, put your motor back in, plug it into the and make sure you get your drive shafts in the flywheels. Okay, so seat your motor back down. Make sure your drive shafts are back in place inside of the flywheel, and make sure that you seat the spline and its bearings properly on top of the main gear. Once that's done, just go ahead and snap the holding cap back on, and you're good to go.